All right, day 21 of bullying myself into actually doing leetcode. Today I'm doing problem 53, maximum subarray. I've taken a look at this one before, so it's a medium. So the premise of it is, I guess, given an integer array nums, find the subarray with the largest sum and return its sum. So large amount of values within a given subarray, return that. Now, I guess instinctively you think like sliding window, because obviously it says subarray, but for this you gotta use a specific algorithm, Kadane's, I think I'm saying that correctly, Kadane's algorithm. And what it looks to do is it looks to remove negative subarrays and not have those returned, because if you were to return those, there wouldn't be any value in that. So that can be done like, hopefully I remember this actually, maximum sub, so I'm going to say max, all that chat and shit always gives me gas. Let's see, nums 0, so just return and setting that to be like the first value, so there's always some kind of subarray, that integer to return. Then we just have the current sum, which will be initialized to 0. Then we can say for num in nums, because we're just going to iterate through our list. I hate when it does that. Don't gaslight me. You can say if, is that the wrong level of listing? Okay. If the current sum, which is going to basically be our running representation or of our kind of subarray, is less than 0, then it's going to be a negative subarray, and we can just reset that. So we can reset that to 0. Yeah. Otherwise, we can now compute that. So you can say current sum plus equals num. And then we can just calculate our maximum subarray, which would just be our typical max function, taking an iterable value, max sum. I always like adding the actual iterable first. I don't know if that's a me specific thing or the function requires it, but it seems like the normal thing to do. Then you just return the current sum. What have I done wrong? It's less than 0. I think it's gonna be less than 1. Less than 0 is a negative number. If num in nums, current sum should be set back to 0. What did I get? I got 5. This one's fine, this one's fine. But what's the difference between these two test cases? I've got 5. Okay, so I've got to iterate through it, which I'm doing. If the current sum, which we're computing to 0, is less than 0, rather, then we can just reset that. We want the max, don't we? That's just fucking filter light. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna find a place to put that, but until then, I'm gonna cut that out though, because that noise is just fucking horrendous. So submit that. Yeah, I always do a cheeky test run, if I can. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just do it cold and embarrass myself on camera. But this time, all went well. So that was day 21. Gonna wrap this up with a couple more to end the month, and then I'll move on to more engineering related topics, which I cannot wait for. But until then, peace.